right, welcome back to Cup of Joe. As always, I'm your host, Jason McNeil. Now, today on the show, I want to discuss policing. Specifically, I want to talk about the Sammy Yatim shooting. Officer James Forcillo is on trial for that right now. I believe sentencing is coming up. And I want to speak more generally about policing and sort of what we expect from police, right? Because I think there's some questions that need to be answered. So first of all, in case you're not familiar with the situation, here's what happened, okay? A young man, 17 years old, Sammy Yatim, he was having a bit of a breakdown of sorts. He had a knife. He was on a streetcar in Toronto. He was very agitated. He was acting erratically, and he forced everyone off the streetcar. So everyone gets off the streetcar. The police respond. Police units are there. And the end result of this is that the young man is shot 9 times, and he's dead. James Forcillo is the only officer on the scene that shot any bullets. He shot 9 of them, and now he's on trial for that action. So the first thing is I'd like to just point out that when the story broke originally, we weren't privy to all of the video. So I mean, now I've seen some video of this young man on the streetcar with the knife, and he is very agitated. He's acting very erratically. It looks scary, right? This isn't it wasn't presented to us in the first place, but now it sort of gets out there and everyone can see it. However, we have to take everything sort of in context, right? Yeah, it looks scary, but he's by himself on the streetcar, looking scary. That's not the same as being on a full streetcar or being on an open street or being around a crowd of people, right? He's sort of contained. So my next thing that I'd like to point out is from watching the trial, when Officer Forcillo is giving his testimony, he's saying what he saw, how he saw the event unfold, right? And there's a point where he says after he fires 3 shots, there's a pause, and he says he saw the guy get up to a 45-degree angle, and he thought the guy was going to come at him. Again, that the child was going to attack him. That's why he fired the second volley of shots. Now, on the video, it's clearly evident that the kid did not get up to a 45-degree angle, not even close. But the story doesn't change, right? The guy says, this is what I saw. Now, I can fully understand that, and I'll tell you why. It's because I've been in many situations where you're in a group of people and you all saw the same thing, but nobody really saw the same thing, right? We all have a slightly different variation or story as to how we interpreted what we saw. My problem here, though, is that this is specifically the wrong type of response, right? Like as a police officer, I expect you to be the type of person who interprets danger, more conservatively than I do, right? I see danger. You as a cop, I don't expect you to see danger when there's no danger, right? I don't expect you to think you're being attacked when you're not being attacked. I expect you to be the one who's more calm in the face of the danger, who's not going to panic or be paranoid, who's going to see it in more realistic terms than the average person. What I see here is that James Forcillo clearly saw it at best in the same terms as the average person, which brings me to our expectations. What do we expect of police officers, right? Because I can't continue to listen to contract negotiations where I'm hearing the union say we put ourselves in danger, we put our lives on the line, we dodge bullets every day. That's the line when you're arguing for more money, but then when something like this happens, turns out the training is shoot first. Don't let the guy get within like 8 feet of you and whatnot. Okay, then you're not putting yourself in danger. You're putting that guy in danger, right? That's what you're doing. In London, a man attacked another man with a machete in a subway. The London police don't carry guns, but they subdued the man, they stopped the attack, and they caught the guy. That's what I expect of police officers. It sounds harsh, but sometimes you might have to take a stab. You might have to be in danger and actually get hurt. And it sucks. It's terrible. That's why you get paid what you get paid. That's why you became a police officer, right? Because when danger is there, you want to stand up in front of it and you want to protect people. Not you want to panic, you want to shoot as many shots as you can and ask questions later. That's not what I want of my police. So we have to ask as a society, what do we expect from them? Do we expect them to be average or do we expect them to be better than average? They get training, right, to de-escalate situations. In this situation, he was clearly seeing it escalating when he was supposed to be de-escalating it, right, the officer. So he's seeing what isn't there and he's panicking and he shoots the guy 9 times. Now, I'm going to be honest, from my view, this is an egregious, at worst, negligence or his lawyer would argue that you can't criminalize a decision, a judgment call. But I think you very much can. And the reason you can is because we give the guy a badge and a gun and we tell him that he's an authority. And we ask him to be in charge of people sometimes and to give directions to people and to, be An authority. I can't even think of another word, but yes, an authority. So once I give you that, and sort of you go outside into the public with the understanding that you're, you know, a little bit above these people in terms of operations and how society runs, yeah, you have to be a better decision maker than me. You have to be better at making those judgment calls. And if you're that bad at making a judgment call, then that becomes criminal. And at least you should accept, okay, I'm not meant to be a cop. I don't even hear the police union ever stand up and be like, yeah, you know what? That guy just isn't cut out to be police. And they must know that there are people that are not cut out to be police, right? You have to know that. This is not the first time the police have been involved in an incident like this, right? People with mental illnesses or with mental disabilities, they have had bad times with police, especially in Toronto as of late, right? And I understand a police officer doesn't really know how to deal with mental illness or mental health issues. That's not their job. They need a psychologist or someone who, you know, can deal with that. That's not a police job. But I still believe that me and 6 friends 9 times out of 10 could handle the situation better, and that's not okay. It can't be like that. You guys have to be able to handle it better than me. That's just how I feel. Now this guy, is he going to go to jail? I don't know. I don't think he'll get any jail time. I don't think so. I do think he'll never be a police officer again. I hope. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. What do you think? Should he go to jail? Should he get a stiff sentence? What do you expect of the police? Do you have high expectations of them, or, you know, do you just think, hey, it's just some schmo who wanted a paycheck? Is that what we want our police to be? It's not what I want my police to be. I'm sure of that. That's just my opinion. As always, Jason McNeil, Cup of Joe Canada. Hit us on the Twitter @CupofJoeCanada, or you can email me, averagejoe@cupofjoecanada.com.